Lashon Torah im Hagahos v'Kitzurim. So this is the language of the Torah. Or it says the Lashon of the Torah. Yesh kan yesh bo ize shinuyim l'gavi hanidfas b'Torah Or. So this Mamer has a number of differences in the way it's printed in Torah Or. Hagahos bo b'chatzi gulim, and the Hagahos you can tell because they're in parentheses kenu b'ksaviyat ha'ataka. And that's how we found them in the handwritten version that was copied. Ve'ela Shemos b'nei Yisrael by Mitzrayim, and these are the names of the sons of Israel coming down to Mitzrayim. Es Yaakov, Ishu ve'Sovo. Yaakov, a man in his house, came down. Ein me'inyan pasuk Ve'ela Shemos b'nei Yisrael b'medrash Rabbah Parshas Lech Lecha. So Parsha Mem told us Daf Mem Tesamon Beis Parshas Shemos Ve'ela Mosif Chulu. Look what it says in Medrash Rabbah. Told us that when it says Ve'ela, it's adding on to the previous ones. Ne'amar kan Shemos Ve'nemar be'kochavim l'kulam Shemos yikra. And it says by the stars, you call them all by name. Parshas Beis Parshas Beis al pasuk Ela told us Hashemayim v'haaretz. Vayakel Parsha Memches. So there's a connection between the stars that are called names and the Bnei Israel. The Megillah says Tergabe Ish Yehudi Ushmu Mordechai B'Zor Mikdash Melech Reish Parshas Shemos Daf Daled Suf Amar Aleph Dibur Amas Vid Daf Hey Amar Aleph Al Pasuk Asher Sam Shemos Ba'aretz. So there's a connection between Mordechai, and his name is Mordechai, and Ve'ela Shemos, and there's a connection between that you placed Shemos, destruction in the land, or names in the land. So Shemos b'nei Israel. B'chai reish Parshas Shemos al pasuk Ishu ve'Sobo u'beParshas Ba'alos Chagabe Esval Ishivim Ish. Magali Amukos Ufan Reish Chavzayin B'Mekamelech Davav Pek Memches Ad Kanaga. Hine b'Parshas Vayigash Ne'amar Gabe Ve'ela Shemos b'nei Yisrael Habayim Mitzrayim Yaakov Uvanav. Now in Parshas Vayigash it also mentions the names of Bnei Yisrael coming down to Mitzrayim, Yaakov and his sons. So you have all Ve'ela Shemos there as well. V'tzarich lavin lama huchval b'Torah inyan bo Mitzrayim. We need to understand why is their coming down to Mitzrayim mentioned twice in the Torah. Gam lahavin hashinuyim mahasam lahach, also to understand the differences between there and here. They can ne'amar habayim Mitzrayim es Yaakov, that here it says coming down to Mitzrayim es Yaakov. Ubevayigash ne'amar habayim Mitzrayim Yaakov. And in Vayigash it says coming down to Mitzrayim without the S, Yaakov, Uvanav. Ud tzarich lahavin mashikasuv b'Parshas Vayigash b'nei Yisrael, Yaakov Uvanav. Also we need to understand this, that it says in Vayigash, Yaakov, it says the sons of Yisrael, Yaakov and his sons. Shikol el Yaakov gam kein bichlal b'nei Yisrael, that includes Yaakov as well, amongst the sons of Israel. V'hare Yaakov hu Yisrael atzmo. And how is that? Isn't Yaakov Yisrael himself? That like it's written that we will not call you Yaakov anymore, rather Yisrael. How, if so, how is he called amongst the sons of Israel? Hagah uberabos reish Parshas told us Yashu kush v'zu the Yitzchak gam ken nikra Yisrael. And Medrash Rabbah answers this, that Yitzchak's also called Yisrael, Yaakov b'nei Yisrael, and therefore Yaakov is called the son of Yisrael of Yitzchak. Had Kanaga, and the concept is Dineksiv Yarod Yaradnu Chulu. It says that we went down to get Lishbor Ochel. Yerida Acha Yerida, descent after a descent. V'chein b'Yetzias Mitzrayim. V'ge'ula ksiv, v'anochi elcha gam alo chulu. It says, by the going out of Mitzrayim and the redemption, and I will lift you up and also lift you up. Alo na'aleh chulu. And they said, when they wanted to go into the land of Israel, let us go up and go up. V'yarashnosa. By the ma'apilim, hainu beis aliyos, that is 2 elevations, shu iloi achar iloi, which is an elevation after an elevation. Be'emes pitzias Mitzrayim lo nisalo rak mamachas, and the truth is that by going out of Mitzrayim, they were only elevated once. Like it says, I'm lifting you up out of the poverty of Mitzrayim, el eretz zavas chalav udvash, to a land flowing with milk and honey. Ach ki aliyah zu hashenis romezes al geula ha'asida lihiyos b'mherev yaminu amen. But the truth is, the second elevation is hinting to the redemption to come that will be speedily in our days. Vainu al yidei yerida hashenis, and that's through the second descent. Shu galus madai edom, that's the second exile, referred to the exile of the Medes and Edom, shenikra gam ken Mitzrayim. It's also called like a galus of Mitzrayim, kamo shekazu b'rabos Parshas Parshat Zayin, al sheim shehem mitzirim chulu, because they give us pain. So it's Mitzrayim lashon mitzirim, of giving pain. Ayin Shem, look over there. Medrash Rabbah Parshas Parshat Zayin. And then you'll have the elevation after the elevation, to the point where getting out of Mitzrayim will be subservient and less than that great elevation. The second one, like it says beferish in Yirmiyah, therefore days are coming, Hashem says, and you will no longer say, as Hashem is alive, that lifted up the sons of Israel out of the land of Mitzrayim, but rather, as Hashem is alive, who lifted us out of and brought us from the land of the north and so forth, and from all the lands. Vayin mize begamara sof perek amad brachos, daf yud beis sof amud beis, perek dal de kedushin samachtas beis, uberabus bekoheles al pasuk ein zikaron lirishonim. And look what it says in Medrash Rabbah Koheles, that there's no memory for the first ones, meaning the first exile and redemption, because the second is greater. Vayin mashakaso binyan safona b'dibura maschil b'chav hevi kislev al pasuk safona lefnei vayin. Look at what it says about the concept of the north, the Mamer of Hanukkah, that the table was in the north in front of Hashem, or the korban you bring in the north in front of Hashem. So the concept of that's the second geula that Hashem is going to bring us me'eretz tzafona. Vayin blue kuti Torah Parshas Shlach b'dibur hamaskil ani havai de Parshas tzitzis hasheni shal pize perek daled shura al pize perek daled gabi ef shalom shezeu ma shekasav beis pamim Kim Yisrael Yihi Hashemecha. Ubehabir Sham Sof Parsha Beis Gavi Sheish Beis Aliyos Chulu Kol Ezrak Ezrach B'Yisrael Chulu Ein Sham. Look in that Mamer Parshas Tzitzis. It talks about these two elevations. Ein Sham Vayin Mashikaz of Od B'Torah Or Sof Parsha Lech Lecha B'Dibur HaMaschil B'Etzem HaYom Hazeh Nimol Be'inyan Miyale Lanu Hashamayim Reshit Yevus Mila. Sofi Tevos Havaya. So you see there's two elevations there. The first is the Havaya in the Sofi Tevos, and the second is the Mila and the Rashi Tevos. going up to Shemaim. It's an elevation. Mashkasu mize b'likuti Torah Parshas Nitzavim b'dibur hamaschil ki hamitzvah zos u'k'inyan mashkasu b'dibur hamaschil Shabbos Shabbosun hulachem tekmo sheShabbos lagabe sheshes yimei ha'maaseh nikra kodesh v'hu aliyas ha'olamos, that just like Shabbos in comparison to the 6 days of action is called holy, and it's an elevation of the worlds. Kach yesh or b'chinas aliyah yoser nikra Shabbos Shabbosun kodesh hakadashim chulu ein sham. So too you have an even higher elevation, which is called the Shabbos of the Shabbos, the Holy of Holies, on Yom Kippur. V'al beis aliyos elu ne'amar beParshas Shemos Gimel Yudaled Eyeh Asher Eyeh. About these two elevations, it says in Shemos, that Hashem tells Moshe, I will be, that I will be, meaning I will be with you in this exile as in the other. And like Rashi says, explains there, that that's what it means. Parshas Achri daf samachei amud beis vayin mashkaz v'lekaman b'dibur hamaschil v'daber elokim chulu va'ire el Avraham chulu kabe ki ein ba'ain chulu. V'yeser se'ez v'yeser oz v'yeser se'ez v'yeser oz b'matan Torah chulu ad kanagah. So it's when it says I showed myself to Avraham, that's one level. Or we will see eye to eye is a promise of how la'asi lavo. We will have a revelation that's greater than the giving of the Torah. And the concept is they can exceed flows. That like the days of going out of Mitzrayim, I will show you wonders. Bebicha simin zayin tezvav. Agav. By Mashakos Mizeh Haramaz. Parshas Teitzei. Tafrei Shayin Beis Amud Beis.